Hello, everybody, and welcome to Lead On. My name is Gayla Bartlett, and this is our show where we take a look at community leaders and all the exciting things that are happening in the North Shore area. Today, I'm very excited to have with us Sarah Stanley, the Executive Director of HAWC. Welcome, Sarah.
Thank you, Gayla.
Okay, so you've been here before, and it is almost walk time. We've got a little over a month?
You're so excited. I'm ready. Yeah, we're so excited. The walk is going to be on June 9th.
Right.
Right at the Salem Common, as it has been for 32 years.
It's amazing, 32 years.
Yeah.
We've been doing it for a while. So what have you got planned?
Oh, it's going to be so fun. Obviously, most importantly, this is HAWC's largest fundraiser of the year, provides really critical funding for all of our services, but it's a really fun day. My personal favorite, not to bury the lead with the walk and the run, but is the pet parade.
Oh, yeah.
So pet parade, we want to see all the cute, fluffy friends. We know our pets are so helpful and supportive to us, and this is their time to shine. But obviously, the big event is a 5K walk and a timed run. We'll have medals for all of our winners in all the running categories. I mean, it's really powerful to be all together.
And the speeches, and do we have a certain person coming this year to speak that you know of yet, or?
Great, so it's going to be a little bit of a surprise.
Oh, it is a surprise.
We're hoping we'll have some performances from local groups to kind of highlight some of our local talent as well. Which
is always awesome.
Yeah.
And then I know we have the balloons at the arch when we walk out, which is always great, just to put you in that spirit of the move. It's always powerful too. All the different messages and the sayings. Are you going to do the clothesline this year?
Clothesline, we're actually going to do a little bit of a twist on that this year. We're going to have this great banner where we're asking everybody to take a pledge to support healthy relationships and creating a safe community, and everyone's going to sign their name. So if you want to have your name on that banner, then we're going to be able to use that at other events throughout the course of the year.
That's beautiful. So HAWC's been in Salem and serving the North Shore and the greater area for over 40 years now, right?
Yes.
You just hit your 40th anniversary?
We're founded in 1978, so people in their 40s don't like to give away the exact number, but yes, over 40.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
I'm past that, so that's okay. We can say that. So I think you really need to tell everybody how important HAWC is and all the wonderful things that you do for domestic violence awareness and what the programs are. So the numbers are staggering.
Yeah. So, I think one thing about domestic violence is that a lot of times we still think that it's something that happens to someone else or it happens on a movie. And the reality is that it is dramatically pervasive throughout our communities, and it looks different. There's a range of abusive behavior someone could use, and our goal is to support people that are experiencing any level of abusive behavior from their partner, give them the education that they need to identify that abusive behavior. Maybe your partner is very controlling financially. Giving folks the tools they need to start taking back some financial control. All the way up, to the far end of the abusive spectrum where people are experiencing multiple forms of abuse, including violence. And so likewise, we provide education to help people make decisions on how to improve their lives based, with the appropriate tools. And, it's never easy, but the first and most important thing we always want people to know is that you're not alone.
Right.
One of the hallmarks of abuse is being isolated. It's usually the first warning flag of an abusive relationship is someone is trying to isolate you from your other friends, family, support, things that give you independence. We always ask people, is this relationship making your world bigger or smaller? And that's usually that's something that resonates with people, and they're like, oh yeah, I've been dating this person 1 month and I haven't seen my best friend since I started dating them. That's a red flag for someone. And so we're there to help people learn about that, and likewise we call them the green flags for healthy relationships. What would, maybe you've experienced an unhealthy relationship and you want to know how to have a healthier relationship the next time around. And so we do this a whole number of ways.
Yeah.
We have an emergency shelter. That was kind of our flagship service going back to 1978. So we run a 9-room emergency shelter. That's a confidential and undisclosed location, but it's really important stepping stone for people that have no other option for safety. And then we have legal services, which are so important to kind of accessing the tools under the law that can help keep you safe. And then, some of the things that come along with ending a relationship, child support, divorce, all of those things. We support people in going through the legal system.
And I think one of the really important and crucial parts of that advocacy is also the part that the HAWC advocate plays walking in that courtroom, walking in to get that restraining order, taking that first step, and not knowing what paperwork to fill out, what do you do, and having that advocate's office right there, and then the person in the courtroom just tells you, okay, there's someone here from HAWC that can help you fill out this paperwork.
Absolutely.
And then they go before you with the judge and hold your hand, or they're a shoulder to cry on. That is huge, because if you have no idea how to do any of that, having that support is crucial.
Yeah, no, that's something we're really proud of. We're in 5 local courts, so that's a really important way we first connect with a lot of folks. The other way we connect with a lot of people for the first time is through our 24-hour hotline. And so we're available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you have questions, if you need just emotional support, and likewise for people who want to give help to someone in their life and they're not sure how to do that, we're a resource for those folks as well.
Which is huge. And if you could tell everybody where you service. So we know you start in Salem, but you go out to...
Yeah, so we're 23 cities and towns here on the North Shore, 23 cities and towns in Essex County. So we go up north to Rowley, out down to Saugus, Nahant, and out to Middleton on the west. So
it's a lot.
It's a big service area, and if folks found themselves outside of our service area, we would connect them with an agency that served that area.
Which is wonderful. And some of the statistics, like 3,950 hours of service on your 24-hour hotline. That's a lot of service hours. It's
a lot of people power, and that's something I'm really proud of our community. We have amazing volunteers that we train and supervise and that's actually how I got started with HAWC as a hotline volunteer.
I love that.
I was practicing an attorney with 2 little kids, and I wanted to help, but I knew I would have from 8 p.m. to midnight where I could do something, and the hotline was the perfect fit. We're currently recruiting for our community ambassador program, where people can get some training and kind of be our surrogates out in the community, because it is such a large service area. So if anyone's interested in that, they should definitely reach out.
Absolutely. And 2,000 hours of legal advocacy in the courts.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
It's a lot, and those are, I think that's something that HAWC really excels at, is really top-notch legal advocacy and services. One thing, one reason why this Walk for HAWC is so important is that our state and federal funding has been reduced.
I was going to say, has it been cut?
It has been cut. We just learned today, for example, our legal services program has experienced a 17% cut from our budget last year. And,
awful.
So we really need community support. Yeah. And, the folks in the court know that we help the court system function better because we're there. It's not only the benefit to the people that need help themselves, we help the whole court system function better because we're helping those folks along. Likewise, our police departments, our first responders, everything works a little bit better when those HAWC services are in place to help people's safety plan. Without us there, it's such a huge detriment, and it will ripple out throughout the community. So that's why fundraising and giving this Walk for
Huge.
HAWC is going to be really impactful.
On your website, you have a wish list,
Yes.
which I think is great. So somebody could financially, if they didn't have the volunteer hours or the bandwidth to do the hotline or come to an event, there's all different things there, even rolls of quarters
Yes.
for laundry and so many different things.
Yeah, I mean, I think, when they talk about it takes a village to raise a child, it takes a village to do pretty much everything, right? And that includes supporting survivors, and no matter what your time, treasure, or talent is, there's a way for you to get involved. And it's a little thing sometimes that you can do that really means a lot to a family in need.
So I need to do a little bragging. Here comes my bragging time. So the Danvers Kiwanis, we have been partners with HAWC for quite a few years. The Danvers Kiwanis Sparkle Squad, just to let you all know, if you want to sign up and join us for the walk, we're up and running. We have 3 walkers on our team so far, but the more walkers on the team, the more fundraising and the more dollars we can earn for HAWC, which is huge. So if you're competitive, like myself, you can start your own team, and I've been trying, and I'm going to continue to try to get my name on that slate, get our team up there for #1 fundraisers. So I need some help and a little push. So if you want to donate to HAWC and you don't know which team, you can always donate to the Kiwanis team. Just saying. And there's just so much. We could go on for days about everything that you have done. The website is full of information. Your annual report tells you where the money goes to with that wonderful pie chart. And so much of it is taken. And what I was surprised at, a lot of it, I thought a lot more would be for education. But the services that are needed and the percentage that has to go into that pie. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, so I mean, we have, because of the really time-sensitive need, the crisis intervention work that we do, we're the only folks that do that in our area.
Right.
So we're the ones that provide that help when someone needs it, not in 3 months.
Right.
We're the folks that respond that day, that hour, when someone needs help. And education is something we would love to grow. I think it's one of my goals for the coming year to be able to hire another education advocate, because it is so needed. I recently heard from a student who, shared their experience of realizing they were in an abusive relationship starting in high school. So, I know Danvers has done a really great job working in that education, but we need more, right? The way we keep kids, from needing crisis intervention services is that education about, does someone build you up or break you down? And those are lessons, the earlier they can learn that, starting with friendships, it's relevant for your, your employment relationships. It's really applicable across your whole life.
And those education coordinators are crucial. So just another reason that HAWC needs the funding through the fundraising, through the events. And one thing I thought was very interesting is that if you want to hold a fundraiser and you don't know how to do it, but you want to help raise money for HAWC, that there's someone there. You have fundraising coordinators. You have people at HAWC that can lend you those, give you some of those tools.
Yeah, and people are so creative. I mean, everything from groups like the Kiwanis Club supporting HAWC. I mean, we've had folks host dinner parties. We've had folks hold concerts and donate the proceeds. A lot of people who teach yoga or karate, different classes, donating their class fees that day.
It all adds up.
It all does.
And what's great about that, too, is that the more people and the more groups that are out there fundraising, the more exposure for HAWC and the more hands. And there could be people that could volunteer on the hotline or help do education. And your education coordinator that you have now is wonderful. She has spoken to Danvers Cares several times. I've seen her out in different cities. So just her passion and what she brings to the table with her enthusiasm is huge. And she relates so well with the kids. So having people in your staff like yourself is huge. And again, fundraising is the way to do that. But the walk, it's serious. It's a really heart-wrenching reason we're there, but it's also hope. And I like to think of it as all those walkers are the beacon of hope.
Absolutely.
And they're out there.
And I always think about, my kids have been walking since they were, this big. And it was each year it was an opportunity to talk about, age appropriate things that HAWC can, we'll hand out flyers and things that day. Hands are not for hurting.
Right.
We start as young as that, right? And then, especially as they get older, it's an opportunity. You're walking 3 miles together to be like, why are we walking today? We're walking to make sure people are safe. So
you got them on the stage this year, I noticed. I went, oh, those are the children on the stage. Oh, how did Mom pull that off?
It's so embarrassing, I know.
Yes, I was like, oh, boy.
No, they're good eggs. No, and because I feel like I'm really inspired by the participation of young folks in the walk and being active leaders. We want to lift them up as leaders.
I think it's great. And then we did talk about therapy dogs coming into the shelter and doing story time with kids. And what a cute way for them to deal with grief. And we all know that animals, like you do the pet parade, that animals are there for us. Like they can tell when we need that hug or, that we need that extra snuggle. But what a great way for the kids that have seen, their parents and been witness to domestic violence.
Absolutely. And across the board, that is something that the children living in our shelter have shared, that was their favorite part of living at the shelter. We've had, I'll never forget, there was one little boy, and he was about 3, and I was like, oh, he's so smiley. And his mom said, he hasn't stopped smiling since we got here.
Oh.
A safe bed, a safe place to be. And then suddenly you have this awesome therapy dog is just really important for kids.
Yeah.
And we're currently looking for trained therapy dogs to come and spend time with the people living in our shelters. So if you or someone has a therapy dog,
dogs that
reach
have
out.
been on this show.
Yeah. Nice.
We'll have to send some connections there, see if we can get a little therapy doggy to come visit.
Yes.
That would be wonderful. So you want to tell people how they want to sign up for this walk, Sarah? Because I know we have some walkers out there.
And, I know you want to walk.
You definitely want to walk in Salem on a Sunday. We're going to pray.
The flowers are out. It's gorgeous. So you're going to go to the HAWC website, www.hawcdv.org. Nice big banner, register, big red button, register for the Walk for HAWC. You can register as a walker, a runner, and start your own team if you would like to. And if you can't make it on June 9th, because I understand people are busy sometimes, you can always donate as well. Yeah.
But there's a special promotion now. If you register, is it to be a team captain, or you register something about the Red Sox?
Yes. So if you register by May 15th, you get entered into a raffle for some Red Sox tickets.
I saw that, and there's a lot of us registered already, so there's going to be, someone's going to win Red Sox tickets, which is very exciting.
Yes.
And this is the first year ever. Bum, 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 bum. Talk about the T-shirts. This, I didn't know what to do when I saw this, because I get all the e-blasts. I went, what? What is this?
So
you listen to people.
Yes, we're so glad to be able to act on some feedback. Now providing T-shirts, your Walk for HAWC T-shirts in women's sizes.
Limited edition, limited quantities, right? So they have to act fast.
Act fast to get your women's sizes for the Walk for HAWC. And, we love seeing people wear them, not just on the day of, but, throughout the year. This is an opportunity to make, to support HAWC. And, if someone asks you, oh, what's HAWC?
Great conversation starter.
Great conversation starter.
And I love that. And you guys do so many wonderful things. And I know that the walk is the big event. I'm ready. It's on my calendar. I will be there. Woo, woo. Yes. We're going to have a lot of fun, and Kelly's roast beef will be there. Correct?
Yes.
They will be there with the roast beef sandwiches.
Atomic Coffee will be there.
Oh, yes. This is the first time, I have to say this. Last year at the walk, I experienced it. What was it? Atomic Coffee in a can? Or something. I was like, what is this? You take
and
this
then
home?
She ran the 3 miles.
Yes. You get coffee in a can. I was riveted. It's the little things, and every year I go away with something different. Like in my head forever will be that clothesline project, and now the fact that we get to sign on that mural that you're going to take everywhere is so powerful. The speakers themselves are extremely powerful. If you're not a walker and you just want to come and support, definitely come to the Common and see this, because It's definitely heartwarming. I usually have to have a lot of Kleenex with me and I cry a lot, but it's wonderful to know that there are organizations like HAWC that are educating, helping, and just, bringing this to the public. And thank you so much for everything you do. And we're excited about the walk. So is there anything else you want to throw out to everybody there, Sarah, other than
No, I think I'm so in awe of our community. I think living on the North Shore is very, very special. And an event like the Walk for HAWC is part of what makes it so special. When we come together, multi-generational, from our littles to our bigs to our, in between. It's really powerful to be together, especially when there's, a lot of heartbreak in the world, to feel that sense of hope that we're going to take care of each other as a community, to me is the best thing in the world.
Thank you so much, and thank you for everything that you and your team do.
Thank you, Gayla.
My pleasure. So join us next time on Lead On, where we talk to some more wonderful community leaders that are out in our world doing wonderful things. And make sure you sign up for the walk June 9th, right?
June 9th.
We are ready. Woohoo! Thank you, Danvers. Have a great day.